Hey everyone, it's Lisa here from Arcane and Stellar with a Pick a Card reading. This is going to be a reading giving you messages from your spirit guides. What do your spirit guides want you to know most at this time, especially for those of you that are, looking for some answers to something, or maybe you're just wondering what you should know at this time. But yeah, we have 4 piles. 1 with citrine, 2 with blue obsidian, 3 with citrine, and 4 with halite. There we go, halite. And yeah, those are the 4 piles. You can use your intuition to pick a pendulum, a number generator. It really doesn't matter. However you feel most comfortable in picking. But I hope that you find your message here that will help you get some insight into whatever you might be going through in life or whatever you need a heads up on. I'm wishing you all the very, very best. Thank you for your support. Always make sure, by the way, if you guys want to to make sure that the notifications are turned on so that you can be notified whenever I post a reading. Sometimes YouTube randomly turns those off, so it's a good time to check it if you would like to be notified when I post. But otherwise, I really wish you all the very, very best. Thank you so much for your support. And if you would like to have a personal reading with me, all that information is down below in the description box. As most of you know already, you can purchase a reading through Etsy. So I have 1 question, 2 question, 3 question readings, 4 question readings, 6-month readings, monthly readings. I have all kinds of readings. And then, of course, there's my Amazon wish list. So for those of you that do want, to see a certain deck on the channel or just get me something off my personal wish list, I always give a gift, in return, as a can't talk. I always give a reading as a thank you. Okay, so if you do choose to get something off the Amazon wish list, price isn't so important. Just be sure to leave me an email or an Instagram so I can get a hold of you. So if you do choose that option, but I will see you all in your reading. Take care. Hello, so if you've chosen pile number 1 with the citrine, this is your reading. So let's find out what your spirit guides want you to know. And I want to start out by saying a big, big thank you to Taylor for getting the upside down magical herb oracle for me off the Amazon wishlist. Thank you so much. I'm like super duper excited about this deck. I've been wanting it. So I'm very happy to have it, and I've already contacted you about your reading. So with that being said, let's dive into the cards. We do have the card Endurance, and it's associated with ginseng. Okay, so with that being said, we're gonna set that aside. I do want to point out the signs associated with this, just in case it might resonate with some of you. We have Scorpio, Leo, and Cancer. I did look at the signs previously. I'm going to go ahead and pull some other cards here. We have energy healing. Your natural energy healing abilities are an important part of your life purpose. This could be that for some of you there is a need to find some sort of energy healing. Maybe for some of you there's a call for you to kind of work on that, whether it's with somebody that does that for professionally, or it could be that doing it from home with yourself, balancing your chakras. There are plenty of great videos on YouTube to do that. There are Reiki videos. And then of course there's one of my favorite ones is Tibetan singing bowls. We also have Hex, Banishment, the Queen of Swords, the 7 of Wands, the Knight of Wands. Don't let pride get in your way, okay? And then we have everything isn't happening to me, it's happening for me. I feel a few messages here. I'm going to tell you the first one I'm seeing. The first one I'm seeing with this card in particular, everything isn't happening to me, it's happening for me. I do want you guys, okay, and of course this is a timeless reading, so that if you do come across this later on, of course it can still be relevant to you, but as I film this, we are going through Mars retrograde. I'm sorry, but it's been quite a bitch to me so far. Of course, it is conjunct my sun exactly right now. So my 28-degree sun in Aries is not happy at this time. I've been having a lot of technical difficulties and a lot of different things happening to me that are just kind of like, ugh. And so for some of you, just a reminder as we move through the season until November, and as Mars is retrograde, especially for those of you that do have planets anywhere from, I would say, 14 to 28 degrees, give or take a few degrees, possibly too, because of an orb. But in Aries, Libra, Capricorn, or Cancer, okay? So if you do have planets in that degrees, you might find that Mars is touching them in some way. And I want to just say a message here that as things are kind of happening, and you do come up with hiccups coming in your way, understand that sometimes it isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. Sometimes things get in the way because you're not meant to be doing that at the time. So if you are finding yourself frustrated in life, I think your guides are wanting you to know that there are sometimes reasons why there are roadblocks to certain situations, whether it's a relationship or job, work, career, job, anything really. Just have the mindset of it's happening for you, accepting it for what it is. Even me, like sometimes I can get like disappointed. I'll think, oh, I didn't get very many views. But you know what? At the end of the day, maybe that means that my video wasn't ready for like a bunch of people. Maybe only a few people needed to hear the message, or a smaller amount than maybe, you know what I mean? And it's just your mindset, and even me earlier, I was like not kicking things, but I like knocked into something, knocked it over. And of course, the first reaction with my Aries placements is like, F-U-C-K, wanting to shout, not shout necessarily, but I'm not quite that, I might have a Taurus Mars. I'm not exactly like, off the handle, but, I was frustrated, and I've been dropping things, and just like, I've been a wreck. And of course, just trying to center myself and be like, okay, I'm not going to freak out about this. This is nothing to freak out about. That might be a message for some of you. For others of you, so I have a few things here. I can see there's a message here for many of you to continue fighting for something, to have endurance. What's funny is the Seven of Wands. One of the key words of the Seven of Wands is endurance. And then we have the endurance card here as well, which I'd like to read for you guys. So it does say, keep going and do not give up. You may find that a new path is opening before you, but it will seem very long and perhaps even more challenging than you would like. You are being asked to take a leap of faith with something, but the outcome will be in your favor. Believe in yourself and your abilities, because doubt is the only thing that is holding plans and possibilities back. You may find additional study, information gathering, or education in any form will improve your situation. So again, there might be a need to research here with the Queen of Swords for some of you. If it's love problems, like maybe researching why are these roadblocks happening? If it's career, what could you do to improve? For sure. And it says, most importantly, a commitment must be made. For some of you here with the Knight of Wands, there could be a little bit of flighty energy, okay? As somebody with a lot of fire in my chart, like I mentioned, I can be quite flighty. I can pick things up and not finish them. Let me tell you how many crochet projects I have laying around that never got finished. Probably about like 55. You know what I mean? So maybe that's because you need some more like help or something like that too. Don't be afraid to reach out to people for help if you are. But there is definitely a message here to keep up the endurance, to keep up the passion, and keep going for something. With the Queen of Swords, it might need to mean that you need to cut out some negative thought patterns as well, or look at things from a different perspective, not from a perspective always of just a passionate reaction, like if this happened, that must be it, because we also said we also have don't let pride get in your way. So again, snap reactions might not be the best thing right now at this time as well. We have banishment, and I want to grab the guidebook for this one and just read it as well, because this is a newer one from Tristan. Tristan got this deck off the wish list, and I'm absolutely in love. Still learning it though. So it says, watch out, withdraw and beware, use discernment and take care. A fool would ignore Hex's alarm. Now banish all potential harm. The magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be, there it's done. Okay, so it says someone is not who you think they are. Your energy is being drained by another's negative behavior. Beware of jealousy. Choose friends wisely. Look deeper into an offer or situation. Something is too good to be true. Time to walk away. Wow. Okay, for some of you, you may have somebody in your midst. And for some of you, there's a message here that your friends, people have told you that this person's no good. There's been rumors. And for some of you, it might be like you don't want to hear it. And I'm here to tell you from your spirit guides that you should probably trust this information. If you are hearing from multiple people about somebody in particular that they're up to no good, or that they seem like there's something up with them, please listen to your friends or the people around you, because they might actually have something on this person, or they might be kind of more in tune at this time. It's hard when our emotions get in the way for us to really tune into something. Even me, I don't read for my own questions. I go to other readers. I go to Snow City Tarot or the Harmony Spirit in particular. But, you know, I find myself when I'm having emotions about something that it is hard for me to get that inside input, you know, from my own self, because my emotions, even I don't read for my family, my close family. And for some of you, that might be an issue here. If you are facing a situation here too with the Knight of Wands here, maybe some kind of in and out energy, it might be that you need to kind of cut them out too. The Queen of Swords isn't one to balk at cutting people out. She's able to kind of remove her emotions to look at a situation clearly. So for some of you, there might be a calling to do that. With energy healing too, it might be that this person sort of put some sort of energetic influence on you in some way. There's some sort of drain here that you need to kind of get rid of. And this could be, of course, a jealous friend. This could be, you know, coworker. It really could go in any realm, lover, who knows, or like a, you know, a crush or something. It really anybody in your life. But if, you know, you're feeling not so great with somebody, or even if you're like feeling, see, because it's so hard, I think, to find out sometimes what our fear versus our intuition. That's something I've always struggled with too in my life, is understanding whether I'm having intuition about something, or is this a fear? You know what I mean? A fear of abandonment, or a fear of rejection, or something like that. But yeah. But it does say, look more deeply into situations and don't take too much on face value. Tread carefully and keep watch for enemies who lurk in the shadows. Your discernment right now gives you a second sight. See, you guys have that discernment here with the Queen of Swords, though. Because the Queen of Swords is very discerning. So trust your instincts and go for the kill. Hex urges you to release, get rid of, and banish anything that prevents you from walking your true path. You are protected when you heed this omen. Ignore it at your peril. Okay, so, again, I do feel like for some of you there is a message here from your spirit guides that there is somebody in your midst, or a situation in your midst that you do need to kind of get analytical about. And perhaps cut it out too, especially if it's draining. And there is a message to keep going. So I see a few messages here. And for some of you, you may find that either one message, you know, might resonate for you, but it might be that both resonate for you. It just depends. But I do see definitely a message too to keep going and keep pursuing what you've been working on, for sure. And yeah, it's happening for me. Again, that message is very beautiful, because even when you have these people in your life that you do need to get rid of, a lot of times we learn a lesson from that. You know what I mean? Just not to, like, you know, maybe red flags to see next time and all that kind of stuff. But that is the message I am picking up for you guys that chose pile number 1. I hope that this resonated with you. I hope that it gave you some insight into your current life and what's going on with you. And I'm wishing you all the very, very best. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, all that information is in the description box below, as well as all the deck information, by the way, too. I have an Etsy store where you can purchase readings. And then, of course, like you might have heard at the beginning, if you do get something off my Amazon wish list, I have 2 of them. It doesn't matter which one. Just be sure to leave an email, and I will definitely give you a personal reading as a, you know, a return thank you. So that is also an option. I do wish you all, like I said, the very, very best, and I will see you next time, okay? Bye-bye. Hey guys, it's... hold on. Hello. So if you've chosen pile number 2 with this blue obsidian, this is your reading. So let us find out what your spirit guides messages for you are at this time. So I do want to say a quick thank you to Taylor. Thank you so much, Taylor, for your wonderful gift from the wish list, Magical Herb Oracle, which we are using in this reading. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really do appreciate you, because I was really wanting this deck, and it's beautiful, isn't it? Look at the card stock on the back. Such a pretty pattern. Okay, so getting started into your messages, we will start with meditation, skull cap. So it does seem like there's a call for you to find some stillness and quiet within yourself at this time. We do have speaker. Your life purpose involves your skill of oration. So interesting. I almost am getting the sense that for some of you, there might be you might want to be careful. And I did mention this in pile number 1. We are currently, as I'm recording this, going through Mars retrograde. And I did mention the signs that are kind of more affected by this probably than others. This would be like, you know, Aries, Aries, Capricorn, Cancer, and Libra. Sorry. So those signs, especially if you have anything from 14 to 28 degrees, give or take a few degrees, you're probably going to feel this more in a more challenging way, okay? So, yeah, definitely check your chart. Right now it's at 28 degrees, so it's literally on my sun, and I'm tired of it already. I just can't wait for it to get the heck off of it and go back further because I'm done. It's been very frustrating time. So for some of you, it might be that you might have trouble speaking or feeling heard at this time. For others of you, you might want to, there might be a message here from your guides to kind of careful what you say, you know what I mean? Take some time to think before you reply and stuff like that. Double check everything, because I don't know about any of you, especially for those of you that are being affected. I have found this like worse than any Mercury retrograde. I've been having the most technical difficulties ever. It's really crazy. Anyways, with that being said, we also have grounding. Very interesting with meditation. So again, kind of connecting to the earth before you relax, you know, before you react. There's that calmness, that stillness, that stability being found. So there is that call here at this time. We have also ancestors remembrance, as well as, let's get in, let me grab the other ones. My future starts today. Okay, that's a beautiful message. I don't know if it's going to show up. We'll bring it over into the... We have the King of Coins, the Justice card, the Queen of Cups. I do feel like for some of you there are ancestors popping through, like masculine and feminine. And we have nothing will come of the situation. Okay, so some of you... First of all, I feel like some of you are going to receive what you might think will be a sign to slow down or stop something. And I do want to say, because you might be finding that you're getting a lot of obstacles, and you might think, is this like meant for me to like stop doing something? Is this like the universe trying to put a stop to this? I don't feel like that's true. And so I'm just going to tell you guys, nothing will come of this situation. It's temporary energy. Relax and let it pass, okay? I just feel like that's a strong message for some of you. Okay, so with meditation, it says, there is a change coming and some things will begin to look a lot brighter. Goals are also highlighted, so now is a good time to set them and to perhaps check in with old and current ones and give some deeper thought to how you are going and what you could do about it. There is hope for anything you may be concerned with, and a positive outcome looks more promising. Inspirations should be surrounding you and the opportunity to work with or inspire others. So don't let any good ideas gather dust. Have faith and believe in yourself. Okay, again, we have nothing will come of the situation. So again, bright times are coming. If you are facing difficulties at this time, understand that it's temporary. Just try to ground yourself and, you know, calm down. Get your concentration, like don't let yourself flail all over mentally, and just you know, and also maybe you know, trying to take preventative measures in terms of trying to make sure that you're not getting frustrated. Like for me, one thing I've been doing right now was like as an example was like picking up my decks and like not having them have tower moments all the time when I knock into them, and then it pisses me off, and then I'm just like, why? You know, I could prevent that kind of like annoyance. So why not do it? You know what I mean? And there might be other things in your life that maybe you could kind of try to work through, that kind of things that annoy you, because you might be a little bit more short-tempered at this time, possibly for some of you. You might also feel too that, I feel like for some of you, with the speaker card in particular, some of you are meant to become some kind of public speaker. This could be making your own YouTube channel, or sharing your voice in some way, whether it's, being a comedian or being like, on TikTok or, you know what I mean? It could be really anything, YouTube, TikTok, or like literally just speaking for others in a club or something like that, sharing some information. I do feel like there's a message for some of you to take action on this. Your future starts today. Your future starts whenever you make it. Okay, we also have the ancestors card, as I said, so let's look and see what it says. I do feel like many of you are having ancestors popping through, and some of you might find your ancestors popping through in meditation time. Okay, okay, so it says the obstacles you are experiencing are connected to the past. You're holding on way too tightly. Now is the right time to finally let go. Remembering those who have walked before you and understanding their ways will help you release any hurts and pains. Healing ancestral lines will enable you to break free and step into the freedom your soul yearns for, to be whole and complete. Remembrance asks you to honor the ancestors, for those who lived their lives trusting in, recognizing, and interacting with the spirits of the land, and living in accordance with the magical law of nature. Call upon their wisdom to assist you in awakening to the magic of the old ways, of the days when nature was respected and the natural balance in all things was ensured. Remember, too, who you are and where you have come from, and honor yourself for never giving up as you walk in the footsteps of the ancestors. So appreciating your ancestral roots, some of you might want to, display a picture at this time. Maybe some of your ancestors want you to remember them, to, honor them in some way. So you can do that by, placing their picture on the wall, or asking stories about them, remembering them, going to graves, and seeing them, visiting them. But again, just remembrance, and essentially remembering where they came from and appreciating your roots. Okay, so it says you have a strong ancestral lineage. Never forget who's played a big part in your life. Light a candle in remembrance of the ancestors. Someone from your past turns up. You are watched over by a deceased loved one. Resolve a past life issue. So for some of you, it's going to be one of these things. Okay, it could be that you are maybe thinking about somebody from your past. Some of you might be trying to get over the past too, like a past person. This, for some of you, could be a marriage, by the way, that's split up, because we do have Justice, the Queen of Cups, and the King of Coins. And so this could be like, a marriage or something, or a relationship, a previous relationship. For, few of you, it's not for everybody. But then we also have, like, you are watched over by a deceased loved one. I could see fathers, grandfathers, grandmothers, mothers possibly popping in here, to let you know that they're watching over you. And I do feel like there's some of you that have a mother and father, or a couple in particular, that watch you, whether it's, a grandparent and grandparents, or that have both passed on, or something like that, or parents that have both passed on. Yeah, and then it says, resolve a past life issue. So for some of you, maybe there are some ancestral or past life issues popping up. But yes, and with earth and grounding, essentially, it's about being connected to the element of earth, and spending time outside, and, just like kind of getting more grounded in general. I know that grounding is such a... grounding, honestly, and, I had some insight about this. When I got my Reiki attunement, and I'm going to just tell you guys this straight up. I had... some issues with I had some sexual abuse issues when I was younger, and it came up when I was doing my Reiki. After you get Reiki attunement, you have like a healing period afterwards, and I noticed a lot of like things kind of coming up to the surface in me, and a lot of understandings about who I was. And I would often get the message from people that read for me, or like I have a few friends I talk to that are very intuitive, and they would often say, you need to ground, you need to ground, you need to ground, you need to ground. It was a message I was constantly getting, and it was frustrating because I'd done everything that they say, oh, go walk barefoot in the garden, go do this, blah blah, go hug a tree, all these like practical things that they say, but also very kind of impractical and not grounding me also, and not really working, because it went deeper than that. And grounding is really essentially connected kind of to the root chakra and stability. And what I found in myself is that I was constantly crossing my legs. And I do it all the time. And what it is a defense mechanism for me. I'm protecting myself. And I've done it for many years. It's a habit now. And I never even realized it, even though it's something I do on a daily basis. Like, it just popped in my head. And I was like, what? No wonder I'm not grounded. I don't even feel safe. You know what I mean? I don't even feel safe. Like, for some reason, I'm always, like, cowering, like, trying to kind of hide myself. So, you know, that's what grounding is, too, is making sure that you feel safe and stable. That you are surrounding yourself with people who make you feel safe and stable. Okay? In finding that safety in yourself. Maybe meditation for some of you can figure out ways in which you're not feeling stable in your life and you're not feeling safe. What are you hiding, or what are you repressing in terms of healing that you need to be doing to feel safe? Are you feeling like you have rejection issues or something, or are you feeling like you might have abandonment issues? You know what I mean? There might be some things here to dig up here for some of you, and this might come from ancestral stuff. It might be some ancestral wounds that you carry. You know what I mean? In terms of maybe behaviors that your parents emulated or that you went through as a child. Or, you know, even maybe your parents picked up these things and then acted in that way. Like, my mother was very, like, protective of me because she had some really nasty experiences as a child. So she became like you know, very paranoid mother. And, you know, that's why I have Pluto on my IC. But, you know, but she came from a place where she needed healing, and she had ancestral wounds and, you know, wounds that happened to her that passed down on to me. But yeah, anyways, that's kind of a ramble there, but some of you might need to hear this message. And anyways, but I do feel for some of you too, I do feel a blessing for a marriage for some of you. If you are getting married or you are with somebody, you might have some ancestors that are blessing the union. Just very specific message for some of you. But again, I do feel that many of you need to take some action towards speaking and speaking up for your truth too, maybe too. You know, speaking can come out in different ways. Maybe some of you need to speak about the past or somehow speak about some of these things, these topics or something like that. But I think the final message I really want to focus on here for you guys, and I'm going to move on from this reading because I know I kind of rambled for a while, but it says, my future starts today. I want you guys to know, and your spirit guides want you to know, that you can start something any day. You know, tomorrow can be a new day. Every day is a fresh new day. And there's plenty of, you know, there's plenty of chances every day to start something new, whether it's starting a new endeavor or a new goal or, you know, a new change in your life. The future always can start. So that is your message, guys. I really do hope that you find some kind of guidance in it. If you did, let me know in the comments below. For those of you that are new, you could subscribe if you'd like to. Turn on the notification bell if you'd like to as well. But, and if you would like to have a personal reading with me, all that information is down below in my description box, as well as the deck information too. I have affiliate links to Amazon. Also, what I wanted to say, yeah, so I have Etsy. You can purchase readings off of there if you want to have a reading with me. I have plenty of different kinds. And then, of course, I have as well my Amazon wish list. And anybody who gets something off my Amazon wish list always gets a reading as a thank you. So it doesn't matter whether it's for the channel wish list or my personal wish list. It's just an option for those of you that would prefer gift giving. But I wish you guys the very, very best. And I will see y'all next time, okay? Bye-bye. Hello friends, it's Lisa here with your reading, and this is pile number 3 with the citrine. So this is the smoother citrine, and let's get into your reading, guys. I do want to say really quick a big thank you to Taylor. Taylor, you're a doll. I'm very happy for this deck. Thank you so much for getting off the wish list. The Magical Herb Oracle. It's such a beautiful deck. Look at the cardstock. It's just gorgeous. Oh, I just could die. Okay, but not. But not die. But live. Okay, so let's get into your reading. We have focus. Okay. I do feel, I'm going to pull out the cards and then we're going to take a look. We have author. Okay, so it says, you have a book inside of you that wishes to be expressed. Make the time to write it. Wow. So some of you are getting that message to focus on your writing. Okay, that might be specific. We also have study. Reading, research, and education help you gain confidence and clarity about your career. So studying. For some of you, there is a need to focus on your studies, okay? Some of you might be in school right now and you are DICKing off. Okay, sorry, I almost couldn't spell that. We have intensification. We have I was born to do this. It's go time. Oh my God, I love this. Some of you were born to write and to share things, or you guys were born to do whatever you're studying at this time, or you guys are kind of on this this path. We have the Seven of Coins. We have the Hanged Man, and we have the Page of Wands. Some of you might be feeling a little bit distracted at this time, okay? I feel like there's something you're passionate about here at the Page of Wands. You have a lot of ideas. Perhaps, maybe there isn't much movement because you guys find it easier to sort of daydream. I'm just going to say, some of you might be a little bit daydreamy right now. Some of you might be watching a lot of TV, or just kind of like reading a lot of books, or like kind of just maybe watching a lot of YouTube, or just kind of anything that kind of sucks you in at this time. I do feel like there is a call on you right now from your spirit guides to kind of work hard on something. Now, with studies, this could be learning something new, okay? For some of you might have some passions, but they're like, pick one and start studying it. You were born to do this, right? Especially if you're feeling quite excited about something. If you're feeling really revved up to do something, I feel like that's what your spirit guides want you to know at this time. That's what you need to be doing. We also have your dreams need a practical plan. So with the Hanged Man and that Neptune energy that can come with the Hanged Man, it might be that, you know, getting out of the daydreams and taking some solid actions here with the Seven of Coins. And, you know, with that enthusiasm that you have, you know, you might need to make some practical plans at this time and put things into motion or place. Again, studying or something, and really putting in that extra effort into making something happen rather than just dreaming for a day that may never come. Okay? Because, you know, it always starts with some action being taken. Now, I do, yeah, again, for some of you, this is writing a book or some sort of sharing the words, okay? Scripts, books, any kind of, you know, thing where you're writing something, essentially, is a focus here. And that's something to be focusing on. I'm going to open up the, ooh, we have number 22. Oh my God. I wonder if this is for me, because I had 22 on my hand written earlier, because I keep having mess ups. Mars retrograde's been kicking my little butt, and it's funny, I was recording a reading yesterday, although when I post this it's going to be a different day, but and it I did 22-minute reading. I went to go upload it, and it was like not on the memory card. And then I recorded another reading today, and I get a message, and she's like, oh, the audio went out after 22 minutes. And I was like, wait, that's two problems with the number 22. And then I see 22 over here. So I'm like, I wonder if some of you have been seeing 22s or 222s or something like that. Let's find out. So we have focus. The potential is there, but more refined focus and greater thought is required. A breakthrough is indicated, but you will need to open to it, and also understand it may not be exactly what you are looking for. Be open to any possibilities. Inspiration, new ideas, understandings, and also new communication should be forthcoming. Don't take anything at face value at the moment, as you need to uncover the truth and question and explore deeper. Education, learning new skills that require mental application, and gaining greater wisdom are all energies that are present. Wow. Okay. So I love this because it's so, like, it totally fits in, like, the whole message here. There's definitely some practicality that needs to come, some focus. If you want to make these, you know, things that you're really excited about come true, there needs to be like a bit of a focused plan here, okay? And focused action as well. But it does say, like, being open to any possibilities, of course. Make sure with the Hanged Man that, you know, in that Neptune energy, I can say that make sure that your expectations aren't getting too high in terms of the return. Because with the Seven of Coins, it could be that there needs to be a lot of practical effort put in. Things may not build so quickly, right? And then you don't want to get so fired up just for something that you feel disappointed when it doesn't work out the way that you want it to. Okay? Or it doesn't go as quickly as you want it to, okay? And that doesn't mean that you won't be successful in it, by the way. That's not what the message here is. It's just that making sure that there's practicality behind this. Maybe advice and studying and researching more before you make a decision. Okay, so we also have Litha, which is intensification. I would like to see what this says. So it says, in all that you do and all that is done, bringer of life and midsummer sun intensifies and gives you strength to claim your power at any length. This magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be, there it is done. It says, the intensification of the full sun at Litha shines upon you as you step up to the next level. This is a time of focus. Oh my God, your spirit guides want you to focus so bad. Okay. This is a time of focus, development, and determination as you gain strength and reclaim your inner resolve. Dare to explore every avenue before you and do the unexpected. That's very Page of Wandsy. A new gateway has opened, and you may find that you leave others behind as your unwavering dedication leads you away. Fear not, for the light of the sun will highlight the path of unfamiliar territory and borrow, if you will, the sun's strength and warmth as you embrace these times of study, focus. Oh my gosh, this is funny. Oh my goodness. Okay, and concentration. Diversions may tempt you along the way. You may feel blind for a while as you stumble upon the unknown, but try to remember that these are merely tests of your commitment. The sun gods shine favorably on you and remind you that the answer to your prayer and the outcome of spells happen in mysterious ways. Trust the great mystery. And it says, what you have been waiting for comes into fruition during the summer months. Shine brightly. So for those of you in the southern hemisphere, you might find some stuff coming into fruition over this summer, which I know is coming for you guys soon. And for others of you, maybe it's going to be that you start something now that's sort of built. For those of you, I mean, that are in the northern hemisphere, you might find that something you start now starts to gain more and more momentum over next summer. You know, because we're kind of ending. Some of you might find that there's been momentum already, but we are moving into the autumn season up in the northern hemisphere. So it says, don't give away your personal power. Move forward fearlessly. Call on the strength of the sun gods to break through. Okay, so shining bright, right? Believing in yourself too. I was born to do this. It's go time. There's enthusiasm being called for. And again, focus, okay? Not just excitement and dreams, okay? So for those of you that are wanting to start something or pursue something, please don't make it just a daydream, you know? Put some action into it. Put some effort into it. For those of you that are already taking that action, you know, just continue to focus on it and continue, honestly, is what I'm getting for those of you that picked pile number 3 from your spirit guides. I really feel like your spirit guides there's a lot of focus here. So for some of you, there might even be a message like focusing on your studies at this moment, your homework, whatever you're doing, whatever you're learning. And for those of you, like I said, some of you might be writing something and your voice needs to be heard. And take that enthusiasm, but put some action behind it. Practical action. Type those words out. You know what I'm saying? But I am wishing you all the very, very best. That is your reading, and I really do hope it offered you some insight and guidance. And thank you to your spirit guides for giving me the messages. If you like the reading, of course, let me know in the comments below. I would be pleased to hear from you guys. And thumbs ups are always make me happy and smile. And subscribing and turning on the notification bell will, of course, ensure that you see more readings from me in the future. And if you would like to have a personal reading, that information is all down in the description box below, along with the deck information, all the decks I'm using. I have affiliate links in the description box below. And there is my Etsy store. So there's a link to my Etsy store. You can purchase readings off of there. And then as well, there's my Amazon wish list. So as you saw in the beginning, Taylor got me this, you know, magical herb oracle. That is, you know, I always give a reading as a thank you for anything bought off either of my wish lists. I have a personal one, I have a channel one. So for those of you that do prefer gift giving, that's always an option. Just be sure to leave an email or an Instagram when you do it, so then I can get a hold of you to set up a reading. So I am wishing you all the very, very best. Take care of yourselves, okay guys? And I'll see you next time. Hey guys, so if you chose pile number 4, the last pile, with this halite, this is your reading. So let's put that aside and get into this. Oh, and I want to say a really quick thank you. Thank you to Taylor for the Magical Herb Oracle off the wish list. Thank you so much. I'm really loving this deck. And look at the cardstock. Isn't that beautiful? I'm like in love with it. It's just, it's beautiful. Thank you, Taylor, for your sweetness. And I did email you about, setting up your reading. And I think you already got back to me. So we're set up and we're good to go on that. Oh, yeah. Let me just pick up this book because I'll be needing it. It's a new deck. So let's find out the messages from your guides. What do they want you to know at this time? We have compassion, marshmallow. So compassion is important at this time. We have as well sensitivity. You're becoming more sensitive and need to make changes accordingly. So maybe for some of you, this is passion for your own sensitivity and your own self. Okay? But we'll get into the messages more. We have my happily ever after is me. So this is about getting comfortable with yourself, perhaps, for some of you. Having compassion for yourself, appreciating your sensitivity and being sensitive to your own needs and desires as well. We have you and your loved ones are safe. So for some of you, you might be worried at this time. This might be a specific message for some of you about your loved ones. Maybe there's a message that you guys need to hear, that you guys are, you're all safe and everything's going to be okay, whatever the situation you're facing at this time. We have the Ten of Swords, the Star, and the Hierophant. I do feel that for some of you, and we have hand fasting union. So, well, a hand fasting, as many of you know, does represent a marriage. Some of you might recently have gone through a breakup or a devastating blow in terms of love, okay, for some of you, or in life in general. Okay, you might be feeling a bit downtrodden, or things might not be seeming too great. You might be dealing with any sort of heartbreak or any way in which you feel a little bit stuck too, because the Ten of Swords can represent like a stuck type of energy. We have hope here, though, and new beginnings here with the Star. The Star always represents a time in which there's hope for the future, that you can start over. There's that message. I actually want to look at the Star here in this deck. It's Alonushka and Ivanushka. It's from that fairy tale. And it says, the star is a symbol of hope after a disaster, the need to remain positive after misfortune, to remember that things can get better again. It is staying calm and open to future possibilities, seeing your situation with open eyes, mind, and heart. Well, they don't actually mention how it relates to the fairy tale in this one. But it does seem like as if there is hope for the future. So for some of you that are suffering from a devastating loss or ending, there's this message from your guides to have hope for the future. For some of you, might be playing a blame game on yourself, okay? Or you might feel that your actions somehow led to this. I do feel like there's a message to have compassion for yourself and to understand that, your loved ones, you and your loved ones are safe. For those of you that are going through like maybe a divorce or something and there are children involved, maybe there's a message here for you guys to let you know that everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. I wanted to look in here. It says White Buffalo Woman is this Hierophant card. I just wanted to see what the fairy tale was. It says the Hierophant is a divine figure and teacher who shares the rules, rites, and rituals to follow as a community. There is a place for everyone, and everyone in their place. She encourages the comfort and support of the group, the path well trodden. So it can be about conformity, compassion, social approval, tradition, and legacy. So some of you might be also hoping for that beautiful relationship. Some of you might be hoping for a place in society or a place in the world. I feel like many of you are looking towards love and hoping for love in your life. Let's see what compassion says. I want to look at that card here. Okay, so we do have Taurus, Aries, Libra, and Scorpio here with this particular card. It says, trust your inner feelings and let them lead you a little more strongly. Spiritual energy will be very high, so perhaps fulfillment or illumination in this aspect of life will be easier to obtain. This is a time of giving, of looking out for others, and taking a more supportive role. Remember that the more you give, the more you will receive, and in many ways that may be not apparent in the first instance. Listen more than you talk, give more than you take, and bend a little more than usual. Interesting. It does seem like, it does say here also, protection, psychic abilities, attract good spirits, marriage, persuasion, calm. So there's definitely a message for calm, calm spirits at this time. And, just making sure that you are giving to others, but not also over giving too, right? If you're feeling really sensitive and you're feeling a bit drained, it's okay, like with the star, to take that time alone to rest and recuperate. I do feel many of you need to know that you will be having love come into your life. There might be a period now where you're healing and getting to know yourself in some way, getting more comfortable with who you are, and healing in order to bring in love. With hand fasting, it says, let's celebrate, dance, and sing, for Lord and Lady, King and Queen. Unite together, hearts are one, in sacred marriage bound as one. This magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be, there it is done. A coming together in whatever form is celebrated when hand fasting shows up. Hand fasting comes as a blessed omen, for it indicates the union of yourself and your beloved. Love is in the air, so get ready to tie the knot and jump over the broomstick, as tradition dictates. Union announces a betrothal in acknowledgement of your readiness to make a sacred commitment to yourself, to promise to love, to cherish and honor all of who you are, and to never betray yourself in favor of another, including what you hold dear or believe. Union also declares your marriage to spirit and invites you to humbly come before the Lord and Lady to declare your undying love and dedication to their service. This is a time of pledges, promises, and vows, to declare your love for a year and a day, and for as long as love lasts, to whom you wish to be joined with in sacred union. It says, prepare for a hand fasting ceremony, commit to a relationship, commit yourself in service to spirit through the vows of dedication. The union and partnership brings great blessings. Make a promise to always be true to yourself, and love is the answer. Very interesting. So I feel like that's a different message for each of you. For some of you, there's a message that you will find love again, especially if you're feeling hopeless at this time. It might be that, if you've recently undergone a difficult ending, that it's time for you to find happiness within yourself, and then you will bring in a new relationship in the future. For others of you, there is a message here that you are calling in somebody soon, and you might actually, for some of you, be meeting your future spouse, if you are interested in marriage or a serious commitment. Others of you that are in a serious commitment, you might be getting a proposal soon, or this is telling you that there is hope for that in the future. But you might be in a commitment that's leading towards something very stable. Perhaps better than what you had before, especially if you have or hold any fears in regards to relationships based off of previous rejections or unhappy endings. So yeah, I do see that, like I said, that need to be compassionate to yourself. You might be a little bit more sensitive at this time. Just remember to take care of yourself, and Spirit's there with you as well to take care of you. And let me see, I think I want to get one more message. I always do this for pile number 4. Let's get one other message for pile number 4. Those that chose pile number 4, can we get another message? Whoops, we got one, and it went flying. Follow the leader. Oh my god, it reminds me of that song from Peter Pan. We're following the lead. Every life is a teaching tool for others. Your authenticity and honesty are an example to those around you. You're being called to lead others by example. Your wisdom has been earned as a result of your bravery and the adventures of your life. For some of you, with the compassion and the sensitivity, it might be that you're led to show people compassion. And it might be that you are showing them as an example. So even when they're kind of mean to you, react back with compassion, even if it hurts. And that doesn't mean that you need to put up with their bullshit. It just means that you need to, maybe show them, it's like perhaps leading them and showing them that it's okay to be like that. Or maybe showing them good behavior, you know what I mean, by example. The experiences of battles won and lost, places discovered, tears shed, and joy revealed have placed you in a unique position to be of service to others. For some of you, there have been a lot of situations in your life that have been painful, and you are being called on to lead in some way too. Especially if you are feeling that message particularly and you have been thinking about it. Your suffering has been crystallized into a talisman of wisdom. Now you must share it. By being fully authentic, you'll lead others into the light. You'll be required to divulge some things about your past so that you may help someone else. Lead with love. There is another message here as well. Look to those with great character, whose great character and accomplishments you admire. Emulate the leaders you respect. You will then in turn have more to offer. So for some of you, there might be somebody around you too with the Hierophant that you can look up to at this time. For leadership, especially if you're trying to get over something. Look for somebody in your midst who might emulate. And this may be somebody you know in person. It could be somebody that's coming on your path soon, so look out for them. And it doesn't always have to be somebody you know in real life. It might be an account you find or a book that you find. It can come in many different forms. It may be spiritual in nature, by the way. Or in like maybe either spiritual or like maybe psychological in nature. Let's see. And for some of you, it's like you could be that for somebody else. Okay, you might be able to lead somebody else through some difficult times, especially in terms of relationships. Some of you might have a friend around who's struggling with a marriage that needs your help at this time, and you can emulate compassion to them. And for some of you, there might be some sensitivity needed here, not bossiness, but more a shoulder to lean on. And I do feel that message for some of you. Maybe this person just needs a shoulder to lean on rather than bossiness. Okay? And of course, like I said, some of these messages may not resonate with you. These are spirit guide messages for a lot of different people, perhaps, that could be watching this pile. So again, take what resonates with your life. If you don't have a friend, that needs that, then okay, that's probably not your message. But it does seem like there's a need for you to lead by example at this time, though, to help lead people, like with compassion and sensitivity. So it might be showing, even when you're hurt, not using it to lash out at other people. Because at the end of the day, anyways, you don't have to live with those people that hurt you. You have to live with yourself. And, carrying around negative energy isn't going to make you feel any better. And I know sometimes it can be difficult to release. But, in the best way possible. I don't feel like you guys are necessarily, like, jerks anyways. I'm not saying that. It just, it might be that some people need to see this. But, yeah. I do hope that these messages helped you in some way, and that you found the message from your guides in this reading. But let me know in the comments below what you thought, and if you did like the content and you're new to the channel, of course, subscribing, turning on the notification bell is great if you want to keep in touch with me and see what I'm posting. But if you have any comments, or requests, I do have a community post up still. I'm working on those, and I'm still working through the requests. And for those of you that would like to have a personal reading with me, all of that information is down below in the description box. There is a link to my Etsy store where you can purchase readings. There is also a link to my Amazon wish list. And for those of you that prefer gift giving, I do have a channel wish list, and then I have a regular personal wish list. And I always do a reading as a thank you for anyone who gets something off my wish list, no matter the cost. So it's just an offer for those of you that prefer that. And I do recommend, please, to put your email in the gift note if possible, and or an Instagram handle, so then I can message you and set up a reading. But my throat's going. I better get off now and let you guys move on to your life. So I hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you're at, and I'm wishing you lots and lots of love. Okay, I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.